So good evening to all. Welcome to Norway online classes. So human respiratory system. So I think you have the well idea about this one respiration. So exchange of gases. So or exchange of oxygen, atmospheric oxygen with carbon dioxide that is produced in our body or inside the cells. Okay. That we are calling that respiration or breathing. So here, so oxygen required for the body because for the oxidation of respiratory substrates like carbohydrates, proteins, oils. Okay. So for the oxidation of or breakdown of the bond between carbon and carbon required oxygen or breakdown of the bond takes place in the presence of oxygen. Okay. So here in the respiration, the complex molecule converts to simple molecules. This we are calling that catabolism. Right. Next. So here in the mammals, so we are consists of mammals and as well as humans. They consist of lungs. Through the lungs, so exchange of gases takes place. Okay. And in the case of some sponges, flatworms, diffusion process, the gases exchange of gases takes place through the process of diffusion. But in the case of fishes, genes which are involved in the exchange of gases, as well as in the case of this one silkworms, cuticle which is involved in the exchange of gases, right? And in the humans, they consist of two nostrils, so which are present above the upper lip. So nostrils followed by nasal passage, then followed by nasal chamber, then followed by nasopharynx. Okay. So nasopharynx that is open into the trachea through the larynx. Right. So here, so nasal chamber open into. The first question is nasal chamber open into nasopharynx. Okay. So first nostrils, nasal passage, nasal chamber open into nasopharynx. Nasopharynx again open into the trachea. Trachea again divided into right and left bronchi. Again, the bronchi divided into primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi. Okay. At the end of this bronchi consists of alveoli. Ducts of alveoli and alveoli which are involved in the exchange of gases. So other parts, this one trachea, that is trachea and bronchi, which are involved in the transportation of the gases. So next question is larynx is cartilage box which helps in the sound production and hence it is called as sound box. So larynx also known as sound box, voice box. So which is not involved in the respiratory movements. Sound box or larynx which is not involved in the respiratory movements. So other parts like trachea, bronchi which are involved in the transportation of the gases. So next question here, what are the common factor in the trachea of mammals and insects? Yes, what is a common factor in the mammals as well as in the insects like cockroach? That is non-collapsible wall. So this is a common factor in trachea and as well as mammals. So non-collapsible wall is a common factor in the trachea of mammals as well as insects. Yeah. So trachea is lined with incomplete rings of. Okay. So it is lined with here hyaline cartilage. So there are how many hyaline cartilages or C rings are present? Nearly 16 to 20 C rings are present in the trachea. So which are C in shape, which are the incomplete ring, which are C in shape. That's why they are called as incomplete rings. So trachea lined with incomplete rings of hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage. So next one is the respiratory or the exchange part of the respiratory system is formed by, that is nothing but alveoli and duct of alveoli. So alveoli and duct of alveoli. So which are the end parts of the primary tertiary bronchi? So which are the vascular parts, alveoli and duct of alveoli? So which are involved in the exchange of gases. The other remaining parts which are involved in the conducting process, like transportation of the gases. Next, food and air pathways are divided at. So they are divided at especially at pharynx. The basal part of the pharynx is divided into two ways. One is one way for the food, the other way for the air. Especially one way for the, that is nothing but trachea, the other way is nothing but esophagus, and then followed by stomach. So one way for the air, the other way for food. So airway nothing but here trachea again divided to left and right bronchi. Again that bronchi divided into primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi. At the ends of the bronchi consists of alveoli. So where the food and air pathways are divided, especially at pharynx. Yes. So what is the exact meaning of this one, respiration? So that is nothing but utilization of oxygen by the cells for catabolic reaction, and result release of carbon dioxide is called cellular respiration. So here oxygen required for the breakdown of respiratory substrates like proteins, especially for carbohydrates, as well as for the lipids also. So which are substrate we call respiratory substrates. So which of the structure not contribute the breathing movements in mammals? That is nothing but here larynx. It does not contribute any breathing movements. So nasal pharynx open into the trachea through the larynx. So yeah, covering of the lungs. There are two layers are present, outer and inner layers. So outer one we call as parietal pleura. So here the lungs is covered with pleural membrane. Between there are two pleural membranes are present. Between this pleural membrane, pleural fluid is present. So inner layer is contact with lungs surface. So there are two layers, two covers are present around the lungs. That's what we are calling that pleural membrane. So outer layer as well as inner layer also is present. Inner layer is contact with lung surface, and outer layer contact with thoracic lining. Yeah. Terminal bronchioles branch to form respiratory bronchioles. So terminal bronchioles branch to form respiratory bronchioles.